Rahul Gandhi was made the head of his poll coordination committee.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि आदमी को हर परिस्थिति के लिए तैयार रहना चाहिए, चाहे समय पे चुनाव हो, चाहे समय से पहले चुनाव हो। समय से पहले उम्मीदवार को जब घोषित कर देते हैं तो जो आर्थिक दृष्टि से कमजोर उम्मीदवार होते हैं वे भी हर जगह आराम से पहुंच जाते हैं, और अगर आखिरी वक्त पर डिक्लेयर करते हैं तो 15 दिन में तमाम उम्मीदवारों की हैसियत नहीं है कि 200 गाड़ियां लेके जाएं और एकदम हर जगह पहुंच जाएं।
Well, the UPA Samajwadi Party marriage of convenience seems to be in turbulence. Seems like Mulayam Singh's party may not bail the UPA government out with its numbers next time it is in a crisis. Now that seems to be the message Mulayam Singh's party is sending to the Congress party that leads the UPA government. By releasing a list of candidates on Friday, Mulayam Singh Yadav's Samajwadi Party has again revived talk of an early general election. But the Samajwadi Party has not announced names of any candidate from Amethi and Raebareli, traditionally strongholds of the Gandhis of the Congress. That also smells of a way of political posturing. Now the family members of SP Supremo Mulayam Singh Yadav, sitting legislators, relatives of legislators and leaders having criminal records find a place in the first list that has been released. The list also contains the names of 4 members of the Yadav family. They include Mulayam Singh, of course, Yadav from Mainpuri, his daughter-in-law Dimple Yadav from Kannauj, nephews Dharmendra Yadav from Badaun and Akshay Yadav from Firozabad. Now Akshay is the son of Ram Gopal Yadav and this will be the first time he contests a parliamentary election. Now others in the family already in politics are of course Akhilesh Yadav, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Shivpal Yadav, the PWD Minister of Uttar Pradesh, and Ram Gopal Yadav, he is the Rajya Sabha member. To get more updates, let's go across to my colleague Deepak, who joins us from the national capital. Deepak, now SP says it is announcing candidates early because it helps the candidates to nurture his constituency better. But of course, there is a lot more than what meets the eye.
Of course, timing means a lot in the politics. And here, though Mulayam Singh's party is saying that they want to take the first movers advantage, they want their candidates to identify their constituencies, go work there and make their presence felt. But at the same time, it also seems that the SP is preparing for an early poll. And it also happens to be a major party which has been supporting the UP at the center. So, is the indication is that SP might withdraw from the government or might withdraw support from the government. So that's the, speculations are rife. Indications are that there is some either, the SP leadership has decided that only early polls might favor them in Uttar Pradesh. So they might press the government for early poll. Indications, these are the speculations which are rife in the capital at this point in time.
Right, Deepak, but at the same time, it also seems that SP is keen to have a wait and watch policy, and probably much will actually depend on what actually happens in the winter session of Parliament that is going to start from 22nd of November.
The Prime Minister is meeting all the opposition parties, the parties supporting it and other parties. So it was a very crucial time when the Samajwadi Party took this decision. And those indications earlier were the Samajwadi Party will, continue its support for the government. But here declaring 55 candidates also at the same time, indicate that the party is preparing for an early poll.
Absolutely, Deepak. Thank you so much for those details there. So Samajwadi Party, they're releasing its first list of candidates, though of course the 2014 elections are a long way away, but of course it seems to be sending out a message really to the Congress Party and the UPA just before the winter session of Parliament begins. Let's move on to other big story, and that is Prime Minister Manmohan Singh now is expected to meet with senior leaders of the BJP tonight over a dinner that he is hosting for them. to discuss key issues before the winter session of Parliament begins. Now, Leader of the Opposition in the Lok Sabha, Sushma Swaraj, Leader of the Opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Arun Jaitley, and Senior Leader L.K. Advani are expected to be at the Prime Minister's residence by 8 p.m. The Prime Minister is expected to impress upon the opposition leaders the need to have a smooth winter session and avoid a repeat of the last session of Parliament, which was a complete washout. The big question, though, is will the opposition relent? Now, looking at the issues, well, the Congress-led UP government has a number of contentious issues to bother with at the moment. First up, there is the DMK, which continues the suspense over its stand on issues such as FDI in multi-brand retail. The support of DMK is very crucial for the UPA after the exit of Mamata Banerjee-led Trinamool pulled the carpet from under the government's feet. Then the Prime Minister must set his house right on the corruption issue in the face of several scams being unearthed by the CAG. But no threat from the BJP here, as its own house is in disarray. Then there's the issue of making the CAG a multi-tiered body that may have lesser teeth than now, a move still in contemplation stage but fiercely attacked by the BJP. The government is also bound to face the heat in the 2G auction turning out to be a flop show. The BJP has held the government responsible for the low bidding.
Let's just paint the picture of the challenge that lies ahead for the Prime Minister on the contentious issue of FDI. In the 545-seat Lok Sabha, the government is comfortably over the 273 halfway mark with a little over 300 MPs on its side if it counts the external support of the 43 that Mulayam Singh and Mayawati bring together. But if there is a vote on the FDI in retail issue, Manmohan Singh will have to do some number crunching. The government can safely count 243 MPs in favour of FDI, excluding the DMK's 18 MPs. Because the DMK has maintained suspense over the issue. There are 205 opposition MPs clearly aligned against it, though that leaves 96 MPs who can be game changers. This includes DMK's 18, the SP's 21, the SP's 22, Akali Dal's 4, BJD with its 14 MPs and 17 others. Of these, the government would need 30 to edge past 273. However, if the DMK, SP and BSP abstain from voting to save the government, the majority mark will drop from 273 to 243. The government would then need to swing 13 from the 35 remaining fence-sitters to defeat a motion against FDI.
All right, let's move on in the bulletin now. Well, the death of Savita Halapnawar has made her a poster girl for pro-choice movement. Now, pro-choice protests have begun outside the Irish Parliament, while others protested outside the Irish Embassy in London. The incident, of course, has sparked outrage in India as well, with Karnataka Chief Minister Jagdish Shettar saying that he will definitely put pressure on the Indian government to take up the issue.
Definitely, already we talked with higher level and will take up the issue through Government of India, and whatever our decision will intimate to that country also.
Catholic presence influences politics, and that is why, in spite of a judgment by their Supreme Court in 1992, they could not change the law. And we know that 5 governments since then have tried and have not been able to be successful in changing the law of Ireland. The doctor, the hospital setup, the total systems are governed by that country's law. And as a result, we have seen that doctors did not perform the abortion in spite of the fact that they knew. And Savita herself was a doctor. She kept saying that she was fearing that she will lose her life. Doctors just were under too much pressure of the law, and they could not abort the child. As a result, Savita lost her life.
We are very sorry, we feel very sorry the incident that has happened in Ireland. But we will always say that that what has happened is very bad. But we can also say that surely we do not know the situation as to what is the plight of the doctors, what is the plight of the hospital, what exactly options are given, whether the options are given or not, and whether they have accepted or not. The probe is going on, the inquiries are going on. Till that we can wait. Still, the church can always say that it would have been very, very happy if the life of a mother would have been saved.
Now, the Embassy of Ireland issued a statement saying the Irish government at the highest level was committed to establishing the full circumstances and facts surrounding the incident. New Delhi summoned the Irish ambassador to India, Phelim McLoin, over the death of Indian national Savita Halapnar due to the denial of abortion on religious grounds. McLoin assured that it was their desire to provide the fullest cooperation. He also indicated that the terms of reference for the inquiry are being framed and would be released shortly. And news from Maharashtra now. All roads in Mumbai lead to the Thackeray residence Matoshri for the third day in a row. Now prayers and good wishes continue to pour in for the ailing Shiv Sena chief, even as various leaders and VIPs relate the news that Thackeray continues to remain stable.
Yagnas and Aartis, mantra chants and fervent prayers for the ailing tiger. For the third day in a row, they came from all over the state, some with good wishes, some to scatter positive energy.
I came yesterday, day before yesterday. That time, what I feel, the energy, the flow of energy is very less. And today, I felt the energy, the positivity is very high. Positivity is there, and I feel Balaji will come up.
Among the visitors, a few had dedicated entire lives to their idol.
टीवी देख रहे हैं तब से हमारे को बाला साहब की जैसी न्यूज हम रो रहे हैं, हमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या करना, इसलिए हमको ऐसा लगा कि एक बार मातोश्री पे जाके देख लिए कि बाला साहब की हालत कैसे, एक बार कभी आएंगे तो हमारे दिल को अच्छा लगेगा।
3 दिन से कुछ त्योहार माने नहीं, दिवाली और भाऊबीज, तो 3 दिन से हम यहाँ आके मातोश्री के बाहर बैठे हुए।
The VVIP visitors came from Tinseltown, shut down out of concern for the Sena Supremo. Friends came from the political world. Although no Sena leader, film personality or captain of industry visiting Matoshri was allowed to personally meet Thackeray, the eulogy is poured unfettered for the Sena chief.
डॉक्टरों ने बहुत बड़ा प्रयत्न करने के बाद सभी लोगों ने बाला साहब के पीछे हमारी पूरी ताकत है, हमारा आशीर्वाद है, इसलिए सब लोगों ने प्रार्थना करने से भी बाला साहब की तबीयत इम्प्रूव हो रही है।
मैं देख रहा हूँ कि तबीयत में थोड़ा सुधार है और प्रार्थना है हमारी की अच्छा सुना।
The long vigil had a fair share of the security personnel.
Outside Matoshri, here you can see the heavy security as a lot of people have gathered over here across the nation. We can say we have met many people over here who have come here from Uttar Pradesh, from Madhya Pradesh and the various parts of Maharashtra, and to give them protect, you can see the Rapid Action Force van have been deputed over here. This road is completely blocked.
Once again, there was no medical bulletin, although the encouraging news was that the 86-year-old leader was off all life support.
कालपासून आजपर्यंत शिवसेना प्रमुखांची प्रकृती स्थिर आहे, म्हणून मी हे जे सगळे शिवसैनिक आणि केवळ महाराष्ट्रातच नव्हे तर देशभरातून माहिती येते की सगळेजण आपापल्या परीने प्रार्थना करतात.
Shiv Sainiks from across Maharashtra will be hoping and praying that the saffron tiger leaps again. Bureau Report, News X.
All right, let's get the latest from our correspondent Rushali, who is with us live from Mumbai outside Matoshri. Rushali, of course, we do understand that Bala Saheb Thackre's condition is stable at this moment. But what are you hearing from your sources? Is there going to be a meeting there?
Well, absolutely. Today there is a meeting of all the corporators of Shiv Sena. Let me tell you, in BMC, Shiv Sena is a ruling party. Shiv Sena is having their chief person over there. So the ruling party, all the corporators are going to meet today Uddhav Thackeray inside Matoshri around 11 AM. This meeting will start. Now, corporators have started gathering outside Matoshri. Let me tell you, total 76 corporators are going to meet Uddhav Thackeray today, and certainly they are going to express their concern over Bala Saheb Thackre's health. Everybody is having the question in their mind that what is the current condition of Bala Saheb Thackre. Certainly all the 76 corporators won't be able to meet Bala Saheb Thackre, but today it's a very important meeting. Recently Shiv Sena, all the MLAs had a meeting with Uddhav Thackeray, and after the MLAs, now it's a time for all the corporators to meet Uddhav Thackeray at 11 AM. a.m. all the corporators will go inside and meet Uddhav Thackeray and will know about the condition of Balasaheb Thackeray. Certainly at this point of time nobody is disclosing what is the current scenario, but what we are learning is he's still critical, though he is stable. Let me tell you, I'll show you the scenario outside Matoshri. I'll tell my camera person to pan the camera and show our viewers the scenario outside Matoshri. Cops